Hello, Live, Run, Balance family. Welcome to another episode of the Live, Run, Balance show. I'm your host. I'm your boy. I'm your wherever you want to, your cousin, your friend, wherever. Kenneth Pinckney. This is me. Yes. Today we are here. It's beautiful San Diego at the legendary Balboa Park. We have people running, walking, having picnics. It's beautiful out here. I know it's been hot the past few days, but it's just perfect now. Yes. So welcome to beautiful Balboa Park. So today's guest is San Diego's very own ultra trail runners. One who's been around the ultra trail running world. I like to say around 2013. Do some running, some volunteer work, and a lot of the races. And one is kind of new to the ultra trail running world, like 2020 new, you know. But once he started, he went all in. About like 15 ultra trail races since 2020, I'm not mistaken, and more to come. And recently, I got to watch this dude cross the finish line at the San Diego 100. Yes, and it was an awesome sight. We'll talk some more about that. So Live, Run, Balance family, let's welcome the legend herself, the queen of ultra trail running, Miss Regina Peterson, and the up and coming, and he coming hard, the black unicorn of ultra trail runner, Mr. Daryl Knight. So welcome both to the Live, Run, Balance show.
Yes.
Hello.
So how y'all folks doing today?
I'm doing great.
Doing good? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Wonderful. It's
Okay.
a nice day. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, the fact like y'all
Always in San Diego, you know?
Yeah.
We had a hot weekend, but we're here.
The definitely.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
The definitely. You know, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Just to represent, you know. Yeah, I know y'all do some great thing out the trail running world. Yeah. So definitely. Yeah. So then I like to talk about the journey, the process. You know all about that. Everybody know about that.
Yeah.
And so I was talking with you, Regina. A little bit. We talked a little bit conversation about growing up in Louisiana a little bit. Moving out here. But you started running as a kid.
I did. I started running competitively as a 9-year-old. Running for the Jesse Owens Junior Olympics and Arco Jesse Owens team. So I was a sprinter growing up, and I competed competitively until I was 20 years.
Oh, okay.
And then I just started running for fun.
Okay, then. That's cool. So you went from track and field to ultra.
The ultra running, ultra running came as a weight control. As you get older, you can't run a mile and still eat a whole pizza and think you're gonna be okay. So it just kind of started as a weight control, I should say. Running. I started with marathons, and then what's 4 more miles? Well, let's try that.
Okay. Then.
And I kind of. That's how I eased into ultras.
Oh, okay then. That's pretty cool. And ever since then being a rap.
I don't know about you go through the ultras. I think when I first learned of a 100-mile race in 2013, I was in complete and utter shock that someone could run 100 miles. I mean, like a foot race. I was like, who does that? So when the wonderful friends who introduced me to this community, and she says, "Can you pace me for 20?" I'm like, 20? You're gonna run 100? I'm like, you're gonna run? I could not wrap my head around that, and I was like, 20, sure, I'll do 20. You're gonna do 100, and to see her compete and I mean, just so much grit. And it was 90 degrees, and it was hot, and her legs, you could see the cramps.
You could see the cramps.
And she was, you could see the flexing of the muscles in her quads, and she was still, this is 80 miles, and she's still going, and I was like, Lord, but then I go, oh, I want to try it.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got in.
Okay,
It was
okay.
wonderful. It was.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it takes
cool.
some grit.
It do take grit. It's a lot of grit and mental
discipline.
fortitude or something, to put yourself do that.
Yeah. So it was really a fun time.
Okay.
Getting started.
All right. So we're gonna come back to you.
Yes, please.
But Mr. Daryl,
Yes, sir.
you late bloomer.
Yeah.
You started in the road first,
Yeah.
and you hit the trail in 2016.
No, in
2020 you started trail, but
Mhm.
you started road racing
in 2013.
2013.
Yes.
Okay then. So tell me about your journey. To running, to why you give up the road light and went to
Okay.
dirt light.
All right. So yeah, I started running in 2013. It started with a couple people from my work, and I was just running on the treadmill. Hey, running the treadmill six miles, 3 to 4 days a week. And then they're like, hey, have you ever ran a marathon or a half marathon? I'm like, what is that? I mean, I've heard of this stuff, but like, I don't know. Like, and then they had me run with them on the weekend and do one of their training runs, and they're like, hey, you're pretty fast. I'm all, am I? I don't think so. And they said, you know what, maybe you should train for the rock and roll. And at the time, it was, I think, 2013, the beginning of the year, so I had about 6 months, because it's always in June. So I did it, and I fell in love with running, because I had never ran with people supporting you, cheering you on, and I thought that was interesting, that you can actually run with the crowd around you. And it's a different energy and a different feel about it. So that part of it was fun. But I had no idea about pacing or anything like that. I mean, I went out guns blazing and got burnt out in the first 10 miles. And it kind of told me about how strong I was in the mind, because I cramped up at mile 8.
Oh man.
And I still finished the race in a decent time, I thought, for my first one. And for the longest time, that was my fastest half marathon until I got into the ultra road.
Okay.
And that's a totally different beast.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So.
Yeah. I know. So I don't know. Remember, I had a conversation a while ago. You said you decided to give up the road, when they're gonna go back, you like the trails. Yeah.
Well, the reason why I got out to road is not. It's because I didn't really find a community with road runners, and that's what I was searching for. So the journey into ultras, I started reading books about Dean Fernandes.
Yeah.
I started learning about David Goggins.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, these people do this stuff?
I know.
What?
I know.
And there's a black guy out there doing this stuff and dominating and winning races?
I know.
And I'm all, Not that I wasn't into winning races, but I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what can I do to learn how to do this?
Yeah.
And so I did my last marathon on road in 2018. Actually, 2019. It was the Long Beach Marathon.
Yeah.
And after I finished the race, I didn't do that great, because I never really had anybody really to train with.
Yeah.
I asked God, I said, right before I crossed the finish line, I said, this is the last time I will ever train for a race without a community of people. Please give me a community. I need a community.
Yeah.
And God provided me with that.
Awesome.
And got me hooked up with the San Diego Trail Runners.
Yeah.
And people who are already in the world of ultras. I didn't know that even existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that there's so many people that meet on weekends and weekdays every day.
Yeah.
And some of these communities started, maybe a year or two before I got into it.
Yeah.
But God answered my prayer.
Awesome.
And I've been running with it ever since.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And doing it now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we see the color, reputation matters. So last year, almost around the time, I interviewed 2 other ultra runners, Ronnie Granderson and Christine People, 2 Black Ultra Trail runners. What does it mean for you, for both of you, to represent, or to be the only few black ultra trail running? Or is it a big deal? Does it really matter?
Well, I never thought of it. I never even, I've always been a runner, and I'm used to, when you're a sprinter in track and field, you see people that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that never was a thing that I actually looked for.
Okay, yeah.
But then when I went into the ultra community, I mean, I noticed that they smell different more than we looked. It was like, because going from the road, people in the marathons, you get in the crowd, you smell perfume and deodorant, and you go into the ultra community, and you're like, oh. I'm like, they smell different. That was
funny.
That was the funniest thing. I totally noticed that. I'm like, and that was all I really noticed. As far as as being the only one, I'm like, I'm so used to that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the last conversation we had the Peaks. Yeah, and then last year they had like a trail run invite to the Black Girls Run,
Yeah.
So shout out to Black Girl Run, BGRs. Yeah, I'm down with y'all, But I like the joke Regina tell about that, Tell a little bit about that joke,
Well, they did. It was fun. It was great. And, shout out to Angela Chattrell, because she is the one who came up with the idea and brought that to fruition. She was like, we look at the community and we don't see, and she wanted to invite, some color into, some diversity into the, some diversity into the, ultra running community. But when I went, because I'm like, okay, I want to represent, I want them to see someone that looks like someone when they get there. And so I spoke to them afterward. I spoke to a few of them, oh, what'd you think? Oh, some of the ones were like, oh, it's too dirty. One of the guys says, oh, it's different. He's like, you see them cliffs. And he was like, that ain't for me. So it's just like, some of them, it wasn't for them.
It wasn't for them.
It just wasn't for them. Some of them, it's just too different. And I just think it's a personal preference. It's not necessarily that. I mean, I see we'll get more, but it's if they're interested. It's like it has to be something you're interested in.
Definitely, Yeah, so it's not a whole lot of out there, But trail's a whole different, beast,
It's different. It's fun. It's a different challenge. But I think if you're athletic and you like it and you want to do something different, it's an easy transition.
Yeah. And for me, I'm not the most athletic, but once I found out about the trails, it was.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
And you don't have to be athletic or fast. It's endurance is not for the swift or the strong, but those who endure.
You gotta be crazy.
Because it's an endurance race.
I don't know if you have
to be crazy. You just have to be determined.
You could be a little bit crazy. It helps too.
To go to suffer with a beat down, and like I know again on top of it, my first trail race, Caroline, my wife was there.
Oh wow! And which one was that?
That was San Diego / 50 mile / marathon.
What year was that?
That was 2012, 2013, something like that.
Okay, yeah, that was my first trail race too. 2020. That was mine too. Yeah, I did it in 2020.
Yeah, I was hurting, beat down, cramp up, hit the wall. My wife was there. I barely crossed the finish line. I went to the car, ice back over my head, and but you know what I say? Later on, I got to go back again to redeem myself. So, but there you go. Yeah, but just something I enjoy. But Daryl, the same question.
So for me, I didn't really notice it too much until someone else pointed it out to me, and they were like, "Well, oh look, it's a unicorn." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" She's like, "There's a black person on the trail." And I was like, "What are they talking about?"
Oh my God!
So I was like, "What does that mean?" And so was not many of y'all. And so so I was like, and so I really didn't pay attention. And then I started looking at the time I'm go running, and I go, "It isn't. I usually am the only one on here running." And and I know black people run because I know black men run and black women run. Shout out to both of y'all. but I don't see you on the trail. I see. Les is the only other one that I know that would run on the trail that is consistent.
Oh yeah.
I know there's some people who run on the trail to do workouts, but not any ultra runners. But still, not even just running. Like all my run groups I go to, I'm usually the only one. And the only one's because somebody pointed it out. And that's why I changed my name on my profiles to Black Unicorn.
Now I know where it comes from.
But I don't want to be the only one out there.
Right.
So, but if I can be a representation of that, I can do it.
Yes.
A person like Regina can do it.
Yes.
Then anybody can do it. It doesn't matter. The only negative I have about the sport of ultra running is it's not cheap, and it's not accessible for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a cheap sport. So, we can do some work on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of the gear can be expensive.
It's expensive. Like, I don't know how many pairs. I just went and bought a couple more pair of trail shoes this year. I've gone through 4 pairs already this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, but I did notice that.
Yeah, so you got to pick up your sponsorship. You got to work on your sponsorship. So you got to, without finishing the top 10 races, and just pick up a sponsorship.
So that's a good question. So are you here to be competitive in the sport of ultra running? Like I want to be top 10 and I want to be...
No, I'm in it to be competitive with myself. Okay. I have my own set goals and dreams of what I want to do. And set races that I like and I want to do. But that's it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, if it happens, it'll be great. But.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, to get you on that podium, that'd be great. Yeah. And being a podium and competition, Miss Regina.
Yeah.
We had another conversation before. Western State, the granddaddy ultra trail running. Or some people call it UTMB, but we're Western State also. Mm-hmm. You mentioned many times you volunteer.
Yes, I have.
Many times you put your name in a lottery?
I have.
Yeah, but...
And now I feel like that's not a goal.
That's not a goal to
I've tried a few years actually, to get into Western States, and I've never seemed to get it. And I think I'm not aging out, but I feel like I'm aging out. It's like, okay, at what point in my life will I get into this race? Am I going to be 60? Am I going to be 70? So I'm just like, okay. And plus I just run for fun. I really enjoy running.
I see that.
And so that's what I just run for fun. And every now and then I get lucky and I win something.
Yeah. So just being there, volunteer there so many times in Western State, just how was that for you,
Oh, it's such a great experience, and it's so motivating to see these elite runners and meet them in person. I'm always starstruck over some of them, I have to say. I'm a Walmsley fan, so I'm just
I know that. I heard about that.
How'd you hear about that? What do you mean you heard about that?
The conversation, you talk about Walmsley that day.
I think
you talk about him all day long.
Okay. Well, I think he's an American runner, and he is really good. And what I like about Walmsley is he talks the talk and he walks the walk.
Okay. Then.
He does what he says he's going to do.
Okay. Then.
And I really appreciate that. I think he's good in that way.
Okay.
And he's motivating and inspiring. I met him at a ultra training camp in Arizona. And he was very open and forthcoming and totally teaching his strategies, what he does, which is kind of unorthodox, but go out as hard as you can and then fight to the end. That's a good strategy for you.
I'm always like, I'm going conservative.
The guy is gutsy. He goes all out, and I love it. It's like that's.
He could do it. That worked for him, definitely.
So it's really, it's inspiring, and I really enjoy giving back. I think everybody kind of has. I kind of fall into that servitude road. I don't know. Sometimes, and it's like because I enjoy doing it. I don't mind giving back.
So, right, creating that part of my interview, question, but you recently got a chance to a crew or pace our fellow San Diego Ultra Trail Running Loop. at the Cocodona 250. And so what did it mean for you? Could you cross the finish line with him also?
I did. That was one of the legs that I did.
Yeah.
I ran with him. I ran 3 or 4 legs with Luke.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think I did about
oh my gosh.
68 miles
Oof.
with him.
Oh, wow.
Out of the, I paced him about 68 miles.
Wow.
It was a really good experience. Luke was he's an amazing ultra runner, and he's kind of under the
radar.
Yeah, he's under the
Yeah, I
radar.
could tell.
And he is really strong mentally and physically. He's and he was really fun to pace because he cooperated. I said, when you pace and you're pacing someone, they're delirious. They've been running all night.
Yeah.
I should say, okay, I'm gonna take that back. He cooperates sometimes.
Okay.
And so it made it fun for the pacing. You learn a lot about a person when you're pacing.
Oh, yes, you do.
At 3 o'clock in the morning,
Oh,
or night number 2 or number 3 in a race. You know, all the vulnerabilities are out there. I mean, you just butt naked and everything is covered. So you learn a lot about a person. It's really. That's something that I will never forget. It was a wonderful experience.
Awesome.
That was.
Yeah, I was out there too.
Okay, yeah.
Pacing Jose.
Oh, you paced Jose.
Yeah, you paced Jose.
Yeah,
so
I paced him with one of the hardest legs he had. He wanted to throw in the towel, you know, and I had to keep him going. And then I learned a lot. Like, man, he kept going. And then the next time I paced him, he had all the energy in the world. I don't know what's going on with this thing. He's like, "You're not ready? I'm ready. Let's go." And I'm like, "Wait."
That's one thing you don't want to say to the runner.
Yeah.
Luke was like that. The last leg, like I paced him, like I said, 3 or 4 legs. Jerome, Mingus Mountain, finish. But the finish from Walnut to the finish line, he came in. I was still getting my gear together for him. I mean, just ultra hyped up, and I'm like, oh wow. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, what did you take? What did you take? I'm like, oh my God. He's like, let's go. I'm ready to go. And we were ticking off 8-minute miles at mile 200.
Oh my goodness.
200. I think we were at 225 because I paced him from 225 to the finish, and we were hauling. I mean, I was like, okay, drop your pacer then. I'm like, let's go, let's go. I mean, I was like, you can drop me. This is your race. So it was so much fun. But I don't know where it came from, but that energy goes like this during those ultras.
Roller coaster.
From Jerome, he was like dead walking, sleepwalking to that, and I was like, whoa. So it was amazing.
That's
unforgettable memory.
Yeah, it's a great experience out there. I mean, volunteering and helping someone accomplish their dreams and seeing them cross the finish line. I mean, it's so much joy in it.
It's so
and
much
that's another thing I love about the community. We all are out there to cheer each other on and make sure that we cross that finish line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's supporting each other. It's not you're not competing against each other. You're helping. Everybody has the same goal: get to that finish line. And,
that keep getting to the finish line.
That.
Yeah, you can love it too. And Daryl, wearing that shirt, San Diego 100. What's special?
It's special to me.
I was there to see you cross that finish line. Your first 100 mile.
Yes.
Right here in San Diego. So to cross that finish line, to support the San Diego trail running community, the work you put in since you started your first trail race in 2020. What does it mean for you?
So, it just meant a lot. I mean, to put it in perspective, my first did my first full marathon on trail at the SD 50 SD marathon, and then I did my first ultra at the ranch, and that was their first year doing the ranch, and then the world decided to shut down because of the pandemic. And so I went into that year with hopes and dreams and I already signed up for PCT 50, and everything completely shut down.
Yeah.
Now, I was feeling so good at the fitness that I was. I was doing a 75 hard challenge, and I lost, a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And I was feeling good. I was like, I'm not letting this go.
Yeah.
This community's still here,
Yeah.
and they're still doing races. They're still getting after it.
Yeah.
We're sort of like breaking the law doing so. Some people didn't like it, but I mean, they shut down the trails. I found a friend named Bruce.
Yeah,
I started riding my bike.
Okay.
I didn't let it stop me.
Yeah.
And being around the community, nothing stops us from doing anything.
Yeah.
So it didn't stop me from anything. So I started riding bikes, doing century rides with him, with friends, and it was great, and it got me in better shape.
Okay.
And so I was in good shape at the time. I was like, I'm gonna let this go to waste. And my girlfriend now, Heather Gomez, she was like, you know what? We can do this on our own. I can help you.
Yeah.
I'm on what? She's like, yeah, I'll set up aid stations. We'll go out to Cuyamaca. We'll do 50 miles, and you'll have it done.
Okay.
And I'm
Nice.
you know what? Let's do it.
Okay.
And so we did. My son was with me,
Oh, nice.
and he was out there. And then I had one friend pace me, my friend Sarah Tamal, and she's experienced ultra runner. And then I did my first 50 out there.
Oh, nice.
Out there, self-supported with friends.
Yeah.
Not a race.
Okay.
So basically, 2 of my first 50 milers, ultras, were that way. Run Dirty. You were in the Run Dirty hat. Shout out to them.
Yes.
They did a race out there. We got in trouble with the Rangers, but we still did it.
Yeah.
We still did it, and I did that one. I did the actual PCT course, and that was in December of 2020, at the end of the year. And first few races were just self-supported until they reopened it up in 21. So, but going into that year, I did 100K the following year in February, which is out in Arizona. And then, I got into Leadville in 2021.
Okay.
So I deferred Leadville because I was going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And I got an ankle injury, and I had some life-changing things. So I was like, okay, at least I can defer till next year.
Okay.
So I did.
Yeah.
I don't think I was ready. My ankle was hurting. And so I decided not to. And coming into this year, I was like, what am I going to do? I want to get 100 in. I don't know, maybe not. And I still had Leadville coming.
Yeah.
So I decided, you know what? I saw that the race started on my birthday.
Yeah.
And I thought the race, and that's when I met you, Regina. We did a training run. The week before I signed up for it, I did the training run. out there.
The San Diego 100 training?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
I think that's where I first met
okay,
you.
that's true.
I've heard of you, but I didn't know the legend of you, and I've never met you in person.
Oh,
And then that's when I was like, she signed up. You weren't even signed up for it.
No, I wasn't. I was signed up in 2020, and they canceled.
Yes.
And then I said, okay, I'll go in for 2021. And 2021 got canceled at the last minute.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
Give me the refund. And then it happened. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be 60 before I run. So I go, I'm dying. I was like, okay, well.
So they actually.
But I went to the training run.
Yeah, you went to the training run, and then I was hoping I can get in because the race started on my birthday this year. So it started on my birthday. I said, who else gets to give them a gift to do that? And like, how often is that possible?
Right.
So I was like, you know what, I'm trained up enough, so let's just go to the training runs and see what happens.
Okay.
And I had so much fun doing this race. I think it was on my birthday. I had so much joy just with all the people, because you're running on the trails you run with,
Yeah.
So you know what's coming.
Yeah.
But having the support of your loved ones and your friends, it makes it so much better and so much worth. I couldn't have done that race without them.
Yeah.
They deserved the medals, the credit, everything. All they pushed me.
Yeah.
My pacer Marco, he helped me, and Paloma helped me cross that finish line.
That's awesome.
And I had a few friends like, Heather out there,
Yeah.
and little Alex.
Yeah.
They were out there helping me.
Yeah.
My whole crew got me to that finish line.
That's awesome.
And that, to me, when I crossed that finish line, I gave everybody a hug. And I'm a big crybaby. I'm a big teddy bear. I'm a big teddy bear. I start crying and hugging everybody. I think you saw that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, that's cool.
That race, and I'm wearing the shirt and the hat today.
Proud of it. Very good. It takes a village.
It's the villages that got me there, and credit to
Yes.
them for being out there 24 hours, because it took me 30 hours to finish it.
Good job.
You know,
Finished.
and it was amazing.
That's cool.
Sorry, it was a very long one, but
That's
cool. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah. So, what keep both of y'all going? Why y'all do what you do? Who inspire you, both of you?
I'll let you take that one first.
Oh, that's a good question. He inspires me. I'm kind of self-motivated.
Okay, there we go.
It's because I've always enjoyed running. I'm always, it's so funny. I looked at my ultra sign up before I came, and it's like, since I've started, I haven't gotten any faster, but I haven't gotten any slower.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like when I ran the 12 hour with the South Bay 12 hour, I ran 55.5 miles, and then when I ran my first 12 hour, I don't know, 7 years ago, I ran 56 miles.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, okay, well, I haven't lost anything, but I haven't gained anything. So it's just being consistent and having fun, and it's fun. It's like always something to look forward to. I love the community, although I'm social, but I'm not social. I'm kind of like an introvert, but I want to be an extrovert. It's like I belong to a lot of groups that I don't show up to.
Okay, you show up.
And sometimes I do, and it's like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everybody know who you are.
Yeah.
And I saw you the race PP would take a picture with everybody.
Yes. I do.
Yeah. So everybody.
I have fun out there.
So you're well known.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
That's cool.
I'm volunteering to running, and I try to stay connected.
Yeah, that's cool.
And ultra running does. It keeps you connected.
Yes.
It does. It keeps you together. And you?
Oh, me? Pretty much the same thing. Self-motivated. So stay healthy.
Okay.
I like, a lot of people, are inspirations like Regina. She's out there getting after it. And, it's very inspiring to see people go out of their way to help them. And so, that's one of the reasons why I love this sport and I love running it. I wake up in the morning, some days, I get out and I run, and the first few miles is like, ugh. And then you get into it, you're like, oh yeah, this is why. Yeah, I love it. Because you feel good, the energy it brings you after a run. You can be dead tired and go for a run, and then all of a sudden you spark up an injury. People know when I went and run in the morning at my job. They're like, you went running. How many miles did you do? I go, hey man, I did like 10 miles today. Huh? Well, yes, that's why I'm hyped. And then some days I come in, and because I ran at night, and the next day they're like, you ran at night, didn't you? They know my energy. But most of it is like, I love it. I really love running trails. I love the outdoors. Just getting out and being able to be outdoors, and we live in a place where we can go outdoors. Pretty much 365 days a year, and it's beautiful. And a lot of people can't run, and that's another reason why I run. A lot of people can't run, and we get to run.
Oh yeah.
So
gratitude.
That's
every day.
Every day.
Gratitude.
And it does. Ultra running combines my two loves too. It's running and hiking. I love hiking, and I've always been a backpacker. My husband and I backpack every year.
Oh, nice.
Maybe sometimes twice a year.
Okay,
and
cool.
I've always been a hiker. So it kind of now combines the two of them. That's the great thing about it.
There we go. So, what have been your greatest joy so far in the ultra trail in the world?
I have to say the longevity of it. I'm really grateful that I've been able to do it this long. And I don't think road I would be able to survive this long because of the pounding. I feel like it saved my knees, it saves my hips, because I noticed the difference. The trails, up and down, side to side, and then it's the monotonous movement on the road that's the wear and tear. So it has added some years to my running life.
Okay then.
Yeah, I feel.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like same thing with Regina said. It's just
Okay.
like, it's it's different from any type of run. Every run you go on, it's a different run. If you're going to this trail has a technical part of it. I get excited about certain trails. Like there's a few times I've gone to trails and I've gotten goosebumps just by being out there. Like it's like, what is it coming from? And it's something about the nature of just being outside that I enjoy so much more than being in the urban life and running on the road. And then the pounding it takes to run road compared to trails is a big deal. Yeah. So for me, trails is just a good place to be.
And you're in nature, and it's so much beauty that you would not see otherwise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. If you can enjoy it while you're suffering through your
there we go.
I mean, sometimes you see nothing and you want to go back. I've done that where I've had a race and I'm like, I got to go back and look at this course. I'm sure it's pretty. I just didn't see it.
Right, because you're running past
you're running. You're so busy running that you didn't. So sometimes I've revisited courses just to see it.
Yeah.
While I'm out there hiking it or something. It's like, I want to enjoy the beauty of this.
And that's why I like hiking too.
Yeah.
So I really used to hiking before, but I was like, but when you go hiking, you can actually slow down and smell the trees and smell and just see the scenery and pay attention to the beauty that God's placed on this earth. That's for us to enjoy. And sometimes running it, you're just focused.
You don't see it.
You don't see
You
it.
don't see it.
Yeah.
But I do stop to be thankful for the sunrise. If I'm out there early and I see a sunrise, I always stop to watch a sunrise or a sunset. So it's like I always say, thank you for more sunrises and more sunsets.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always.
That's cool. So, being an ultra runner, food is a very important part of it.
I run for food, definitely.
So, what's your favorite pre-meal, meal during a race, and a post-meal?
Pre-meal for me, I eat a lot of rice. It's usually healthy foods, but sometimes I'll do pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make my own pasta, but mostly clean carbs.
Okay.
I usually do before a race. I used to get into eating like pizzas and stuff,
Yeah.
but I found out that didn't work out.
It didn't work.
Too happy.
It's not good results there. But I started getting into eating, cleaner carbs.
Okay.
But I go for a pizza, maybe on a Thursday night, not on a Friday night before a race.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's what I eat heavier on a Thursday, like my pre-meal. My pre-meal is always a protein and rice. I love it because rice is light and it's easy on my stomach.
Yes, same here.
And so I'll do a protein and rice. It's either chicken and rice or fish and rice or something, but it's on a Thursday.
Okay.
And then Friday I'm pretty light, really light on my stomach on the Friday before a Saturday race. And then a pre-race meal is seriously a couple of orange slices and with salt.
Oh.
And then I eat once I start running.
Okay then.
I'll have a quarters bacon and avocado sandwich.
Okay.
That is my go-to.
Bacon is a great.
Bacon is
Okay.
it's the queen king of
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That got me through my 100. Let me tell you, somebody brought me bacon.
I'm telling you.
Heather.
Bacon. Okay.
Bacon and avocado on sourdough
She did.
is what you will find in my pocket.
Oh, that's funny.
I cut it up and put it in my pocket. So once I start running, it's like sipping nibble, sipping nibble, sipping nibble.
That's funny. That's funny.
So
Okay.
in post race, it takes a while before my stomach settles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's hours before I eat again, and it's usually something. It's more liquid calories. Because it takes a while for my stomach to.
Even after ultra?
After an ultra, it
Really?
takes my stomach a while to because it's almost shaking. I mean, it's like you're from so much stress.
I'm like, give me
So I
all
have
the
to.
food. All of it.
No, because I eat during the run. I mean, I make sure I eat at every aid station, I put something in my mouth. At every aid station, I don't care what it is, eat something.
Eat something. Eat
something.
Go reminder. Eat something.
Yeah,
eat something.
Eat. Hydrate.
Eat something. And I'm always sip and nibble. Sip and nibble the whole time.
Okay, I got to remember that.
That's my little.
Okay.
See, I'm learning something here.
Yeah, definitely learning myself.
I'm not a legend, but that's my little. It works for me.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Finally, I know it get dark on us. We got time to think about it. Boundless motivation and thoughts, if you will, some words.
Well, I don't know if I have a boundless motivation, but I have things that I live by. It's like you have one life, live every day like it's your last.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a cliche, but you really do.
Yeah.
It's like you get one life, live it.
Yeah.
Like it's your last. Just, enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Try not to stress. Have fun, smile, and be grateful.
Yeah. Okay.
Gratitude every day.
Gratitude
every day.
Every day.
Every day.
That's about powerful. Gratitude is just a powerful thing.
Yeah, same thing. Gratitude. Wake up every day with a good attitude that you have this life to live. The sun rose again. And you have this body that can move. And not everybody can do that. Some people can't. I know a lot of people. We have a gift that we have. We don't have to use it. We take action into doing that. And seeing it is easy, but actually doing it for yourself takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the training runs.
Yeah.
And everything that comes into it before a race.
Okay.
So.
Training is always harder than the race.
Mm-hmm.
But you put so much into it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you really do.
That is what do you call it? What do they call that when you're training?
Training.
I don't know. There's something for it.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah, thank you both, Regina, Miss Regina,
Thank
the
you.
Queen.
Thank you for having me. That was fun.
Daryl.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Unicorn.
And I finally get a chance to sit down and learn, meet Daryl,
Yeah.
know who he is. I've never met Daryl. I mean, we speak on the trail.
Yeah.
We make sure we acknowledge each other.
Yeah,
I
you
like
give
that.
that nod.
Because, it's like we definitely acknowledge each other.
Yeah.
That's
I see you, sister.
Yeah. We always acknowledge each other, and I like that. So it's nice to know Daryl and
It's
his
nice
journey
to meet.
into
Yours
ultras.
too. I didn't know. That's funny that you got into ultras right when I got into running. You've been doing it for the whole time, almost 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So I'm going to hang out with you more. You got a lot of knowledge.
Something. Yeah,
Yes.
Well, trial and error. Trial and error.
Okay.
Before, because we have all these different technologies. Before that, there was different packs and different types of shoes. You didn't have that many. You have all kinds of options now. Back in 2013, I can see not having all those options.
You had the smaller packs. You didn't have all the shoe options. I was running trails in road shoes. I think. I don't remember having trail shoes early on.
Oh, really? That was funny.
No.
They had to learn.
Or dry max clothing.
Or the different types of gels and foods and stuff like that you could put in your pack. Salt tablets. People were making their salt tablets back then.
People were making their own salt tablets.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I always add salt to my fruit. I was adding salt to all my fruit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was like orange slices, salt. Watermelon, salt. I was adding grapes, salt.
Okay.
So you've gone through a whole transformation of going through all that, innovation on how to run the sport.
Right. Socks.
Oh, that too.
That's another different thing. How to protect your feet and what to put on your feet. Right.
Oh, this add-on to your family.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was great. I love that.
But thanks a lot for having us on here.
Thank you
And then
for having me.
it's an honor to be here with Regina and you. Because because I don't know. It's just a good.
It feels like a community.
Yeah. I'm just talking on the couch with you.
Yeah, just chatting. Chatting away.
That's really fun.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, so it was great to have y'all here, and just for joining the Live Run Balance family, and you're joining me on that episode of Live Run Balance Show. I think I put that at the beginning, but never mind. But thank you, Live Run Balance family, for joining me for that episode of Live Run Balance Show, living a life beyond the boundary that you set yourself. And Regina is living a life beyond the boundaries, doing it up, hitting the trails, going strong. And with Daryl, still getting started, got more to go, and just breaking boundaries, both of y'all, and what y'all do, and I just share around the world and representing.
And it'd be great to see more people that look like us
Yes.
on the trail. I would welcome that.
Yes.
Black girls run.
I am.
If anybody wants to run with me, they're welcome to run with me.
Come and join us. We're waiting.
Training run is just that, a training run. I'm not out there racing. We're out there
we're doing it for the fun.
I'm always out there having fun.
Make it dirty.
Taking pictures. And
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get dirty.
I've learned a lot from just relaxing.
It's still training, and it's still training.
Yep.
Yeah. So now run getting dirt, a little dirt on you. You may trip or fall, but that's alright. That's okay. You get back up.
Just gotta put an extra scoop of detergent in there.
Okay, so
wash.
Sierra, Black Girls Run.
Wear deodorant.
Wear deodorant. Oh my goodness.
But we're going extra, just little bloopers at the end. Woo! Hey, that's all good.
That's fun.
But thank you, Live Run Balance.
It's all right to be stinky on the trail too.
No, it's not.
You just gotta run behind Regina, which you probably are anyways.
Don't do that.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. That was fun.
Until next time. Until next time, everyone. Peace.